Oh, from phone calls to your social media to emails, there's a scammer waiting every single place. That's right. We want you to have all the information that you need to protect yourself. That's why we have Lechelle Yates from the Better Business Bureau with us. She's with us till 5:45 answering your questions. Here's how you get your question to our expert today. You text that question. The number is 336-379. 5775. It could be about a scam. It could be about a best business practice or how to look up a business or how to make sure you get your estimates on paper, that kind of thing. So any and all things are up for grabs. All right, let's first and foremost, because it was Valentine's Day, start with the whole romance scams, because I don't think we can say it enough, the warnings.
No, we cannot. And I tell you what, actually, BBB is seeing some alarming statistics about romance scams. First, in 2021, we saw a 13% increase in the number of scams reported. And 1 in 4 people said that they lost money. 1 in 3 people said that they know a victim, but worse. In just the first 2 months, we've seen a 50% increase over the number of reported scams in January and February of 2021. So, romance scams, how do they work? First, your would-be sweetheart is actually stealing photos of really good-looking people. So that is red flag number 1. Second, they quickly want to move the conversation off of the dating app site and communicate by email, text, or phone. These dating sites are really trying to shut down these scammers. Third, they want to build the relationship really quickly. They move quickly to saying, I love you, and oh my gosh, I've never felt this way before. Then they never want to meet, actually. They might talk on the phone, but they never want to do a video call or meet in person until things start to get serious, and then they need money. Maybe there's an excuse, family health issue, family emergency, or then maybe it's money to come see you. But of course, it's always about the money. So these are red flags. If you look for these red flags, you will be able to protect yourself from a romance scam.
Yeah, I think so often people think, yeah, but I started talking to them on Facebook and they know a friend of a friend of a friend. And, you know, every once in a while, sometimes people just need money. I think we start making excuses.
We do. And, you know, you can have the money issue, but there's going to be those other red flags. Have you actually ever talked to this person face to face or with a video call? If you've said, hey, can we meet? Can we at least do a video call? And if they never want to do that, that is a red flag. The other thing that you can do is when you do first meet somebody, Google the picture. We actually had this happen. One of the people that I work with, one of her friends met a guy. Of course, my friend was like, hey, let's check this guy out. Turns out his picture was being used on all kinds of dating sites. And he was getting the real guy was getting all kinds of hate mail on social media from women who had been scammed using this guy's picture. So that's the very first thing. If you meet somebody and you kind of like them, Google their picture and see what comes up.
And see if it's being used other places. All right, let's talk about online shopping scams, because this is how most of us are shopping these days anyway.
You know, and that certainly hasn't slowed down from 2021 at all. And that we're seeing actually a couple of common themes. One, people are not getting what they ordered. Somebody ordered boots, they got a scarf. Somebody ordered something from a website that said that everything was handmade. When they actually got the item, it had a little tag that said made in Mexico. Or people are getting items that are actually broken. Another thing that we're seeing is really long delivery times. And they're not being blamed on supply chain issues. This is just items that are taking a long time to get here, 3 to 6 months. The other issue that we're seeing is credit card companies are not being any help. But part of that is because, again, items are taking a long time to get here, so we're past our 60-day window when you can dispute a charge. And other times, the credit card companies are saying, well, you got the item, so it was shipped. We're sorry, we can't help you. So here's how you can protect yourself. First, research the site. Go to bbb.org, go to bbb.org/scam tracker, put in the name of the website, the name of the company, see what comes up. Go to Google and do the name of the company, the name of the website and complaint, and again, see what comes up. Another thing to look for is, does it say the item is shipping from China? That's a common theme that we're seeing from complaints that we're getting, is the item shipping from China, so that could be a red flag. Also, check the contact information. actually call the customer service number. Does it work? If it doesn't, that's a big red flag. Also, look at the address. Does it go to a vacant lot or does it go to a real building? And if it's going to a PO box, that's a red flag according to people that are contacting us. And even though we're seeing some issues, go ahead and pay with a credit card. That's still your best protection, but also if they have PayPal, try that as well.
I think a lot of times people say, well, I like to use my debit card because then I don't overspend because I know that it's going to come out of my bank account. But that is the issue when you're paying online, is that it comes out of your bank account and then it's just done.
It comes directly out of your bank account, and there are not the same federal protections with your debit card that you have with your credit card. There are actually, guidelines set in place that lay out those dispute guidelines that that credit card companies have to follow, that say you've got 60 days to dispute a charge. Those guidelines are not set for a bank or anybody that has your debit card, so they don't even have to allow you to dispute the charge. That's set up individually by bank. So one, you're already out the money. There's no say that says you can even allowed to be to dispute the charge. So really get a credit card, and if you do nothing else with that credit card but use it for shopping online, do that and use it that way.
Right. Don't let them take money out of your bank account. All right. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to take your questions coming up, your answers in real time right when we come back.